Is it live? Is it live? Okay, I guess it is. Make sure anybody tried to. Okay. TJ, how's it going? I'm waiting for others to join. I was late, a couple minutes, but had a little bit of technical difficulties. And how's it going, man? Hope all is well. I am doing well. Haven't gotten sick. Allergies have been pretty bad. Um, for the most part, that's been the only thing though. Haven't haven't gotten sick. Haven't caught the big C, the other C. um, Hopefully everybody else can say the same. Everybody, I'm social distancing myself. I'm at the house as we speak. Yeah, so just trying to touch bases with everybody and let you guys know where we're going to go from here because right now we're in uncharted land. Aria, of course, I'm here with the family. Got my kids. It's pretty active at the Jones household. We'll wait a little longer. I just want to make sure. I don't want to start until we get some more people. This particular our meeting session is going to be with not only your piano class but also the other piano class. Oh yeah, you're trying to get used to the online class thing. I know. I'm sure you do have a lot of things going on. I'm sure life is pretty busy, right? That's a challenge because I think we're all trying to figure this thing out, and we're figuring it out as we go along. So there are probably going to be mistakes made, a lot of different things made, in the process of trying to get a handle on it, especially with family. The biggest thing that I would say is for everybody to be safe. You know, stay safe, take care of yourself. You know, do your social distancing. From what my understanding, looking at the news and just watching the news, they were, you know, the places that have been somewhat successful in controlling this outbreak have said that, you know, the hard part is just getting through that social distancing phase where, you know, you're not going out, you know, you're not going out, you know, you're staying in your, you know, I mean, you can go out in your neighborhood, I guess, but, you know, you're not doing the normal stuff that we normally do. And for everything to the numbers to, you know, they're going to rise and then they're going to plateau and then they're going to slowly sink. And that way we can, you know, get a control over this. And I think the sooner we do the social distancing, the quicker we can move on from there. So, okay, I thought I saw three people, but it's only showing you and myself. I says three folks on this icon. I don't get that, but piano is going to be interesting because, and I'm going to start just because it's 4:10. I don't want to take any of your time. Somebody, if others join, that's good. If they don't, we'll try. We'll try to. I may try something like this again. Piano is going to be interesting. Okay, person number four. If you're joining, can you identify yourself right now? I'm seeing three people, myself included, and TJ, but there's a third person from what it shows here on YouTube. Can you say hi? Just identify yourself. Like I was saying, piano is going to be interesting because of the simple fact of that I'm not able to be with you all in person. And this is going to be interesting. Some of us have pianos, some of us have a keyboard, some of us don't. So this is going to require a lot of creativity, particularly with all of us, and particularly me, because I got to facilitate this class. So what I was thinking is, and this is a solution that I'm thinking about doing is for those of us. Oh, hey Mackenzie, you're from the music appreciation. Oh, you can hang out if you want to. We're talking about. I'm talking to my class piano people. Um, but yeah, if you can hang out, guys. I don't know if it's gonna. This is probably not gonna take a full hour or whatever. So if you have any questions you want to field to me, you can do it after I finish talking to the piano folks. But as far as piano class, um, we're gonna have to get creative, and I think for the people that have piano, what I want to offer is possibility of doing like a WebEx meeting. It's almost like a Skype. And so basically, well, to you, TJ, have you heard about the WebEx? I've been asking all of the students about it because I know that's the big thing. Everybody's been talking about it. Yeah, if you heard WebEx, if you heard WebEx, if you heard of WebEx, just let me know if yes or no if you heard of it. Yeah, yeah, that's a great point. There are some others that don't have a connection at home. Can you hear me? I'm just making sure. I'm having some issues over here. Oh, okay, okay. Wow. Okay, you can hear me. Okay. Um, so you're using your phone, and you can use now. Let me talk about WebEx a little bit because WebEx is the what the universe university is asking us to use when it comes to corresponding with you all. Is a resource for the school is offering to professors and students alike. And basically, it's a way for us to we can meet in person, so to speak. I can see you, you can see me. You don't necessarily have to have the app in order to use it. You can do it's a web meeting, and you can basically use a um, like a Skyping session, basically, where if you were playing piano or we're going over some music or whatever, we can meet to do like a lesson, basically. And I was thinking about possibly using that, trying it out, and seeing if those of you that have internet connection, and of course you got some type of camera source, whatever, we can do something like that. That's going to be tricky though if you're only using your phone. I think we could possibly still use it because I'm using my MacBook, but like I said, you don't have to have a Mac. I mean, you don't have to have an account. Actually, they don't even offer the account to students, from my understanding. It's only to us. So I can set up a time to meet and say, okay, let's meet, go over some music or whatever, and possibly what I could possibly do for people that have keyboards or pianos or whatever. I can say, okay, well, here's a piece that is I'm going to assign to you to learn, and then we can do like a weekly lesson. So um, I'm I know you have a piano. You did state that before, and you stated again. I don't know if everybody else have it. I think Janice has one, but I know some of the others don't. So for them, the ones that don't, we may have to do some other things, maybe some music theory stuff. Here's a question for you: Are you able to print, download um, worksheets and print them out? And if you, that's the first part of the question. And if you are, then are you able to scan it and then upload it to D12 through your phone? Hey, Caden. Oh, same to you, Caden. You can hear me, right? I'm assuming you can hear me. TJ say he can. Yeah, that's basically what you would have to do. Now, that's one thing I was thinking about. But then, if you don't have a printer, one resource I was going to do for if we can't do piano like lessons, we can focus on music theory. And basically, there's some things that we can do that's going to be good for you guys. Is maybe we can do visit musictheory.net, and we can actually use that as a way excuse me, as a way of doing some assignments. Now, of course, um, the frequency of the work is going to change a lot drastically because of the fact of everything that's going on. I'm very flexible. I understand that. Look, it's a lot of stuff going on. You got this is stressful for everybody. I mean, whether you handle it well or you're not, this is a stressful time. So um, one of the things I'm thinking about doing is giving you guys like, okay, let's do a couple of things on musictheory.net, and then you can snapshot it once you complete it. You know, and if you have an iPhone, if you have a little bit of money, you can even download the app and do it that way too. Um, but that may be a way for us to continue to do some work. But it'd be beneficial for us, music theory. Um, which is something that we could possibly look at as a possibility. and that may be a way to put everybody on the same page and say, hey, let's all do this, because I know a lot of us don't know all of our major and minor scales. So there's certain exercises that you can do, and also lessons that you can do about learning your scales. We may start with scales, and work on that as a way. Hey, what's up, Ish? It's good to hear from you. I'm glad everybody is slowly trickling in. That's good. That's great. For those of you guys that just arriving, we're talking about possibilities of assignments and certain things you can do. Um, Everybody besides TJ, who just got here, let me know if you have access to a piano or a computer. You can say yes piano, no computer, or vice versa, or yes to both. Just let me know. Um, or maybe you may not have a computer, but you have your cell phone. Oh, hey Corey. So let me know if you guys have access to how, and I guess I should let me go back. Let me start over. First thing is how many what's the internet access like? So do everybody have and I probably asked this before, but just bear with me. It's a lot of stuff going on. Got six classes I'm trying to take care of. So if I ask it again, that don't be frustrated, just be patient. Um how many of you all have internet access? You say I have it, and then yes, and then how many of you have a piano keyboard access? No piano. Okay. Okay. Because even if you have a smartphone, we can do something. We can do something where we can say, okay, do this assignment. Um, okay. 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 Because what I'm thinking is, if you have your phone, it's going to be like I said earlier. I was telling TJ is the fact of that we may have to do assignments that's outside of the realm of piano. I know the department head was like, "Oh, I wish we had piano." Gave send pianos to students. Excuse me, um, and all of that. Um, but we don't have pianos to give to you guys. But it would be nice to have that. Nobody anticipated this was going to happen. But we may do some stuff with musictheory.net and have you guys screenshot it and then email it to me. Now, if you just have your phone, that's going to be tricky. I don't know if you can go through V12 to email it to me. But yes, Janice, I did just cough, and it's not the COVID-19. I'm not surprised that you asked that question. The funny thing about this pandemic is it had to happen during spring with the pollen and everything else so high. TJ, Janice ain't gonna chill. She ain't got no chill in her. I'm glad you're doing well though. But yes, I did cough. And I do sneeze too, because the pollen is terrible. It's terrible. I don't know what it is. I know it's a lot of you guys in Atlanta or somewhere in that area, whatever. It's pretty bad down here. I can make a Dropbox for assignments. I can make it. What I can do is I'll set up the assignment like so. I'll set up assignment like let's say do go with instructions. Go to musictheory.net, and then we're gonna talk about how to create a scale and do like 50. And I know don't that shouldn't scare you, but like do 50 questions of or 50 exercises of how to create a scale or how to identify a scale, how to identify. Oh, okay. I know it's bad. It's bad everywhere. That's it's almost like God, the universe, Mother Nature just said, okay, let's make a pandemic where we can, around the time where people are coughing and sneezing in the first place. You know how to identify the sick from the people with allergies. But now, Janice, the question is, if you have a piano to do that, exclude you from doing the work on music theory. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I mean, I want to put everybody on the same playing field. In other words, if we all if one of us say, okay, I can't, I don't, it's gonna be hard for me. I can't, I don't have a piano or whatever. Then we got to find something that's gonna be a unifier of everybody. Now, musictheory.net, and I've talked to you before, it's not that bad, but it's just a way for us to just keep you guys mentally engaged on what we're talking about. So you would have to do basically, if I say let's go that route, then we're all going to go that same route, and that way you can upload your, if you can upload to the Dropbox, and you can just upload it through that, and that's something that's tangible that I can see, that I can say, okay, you did it. um, because all of this stuff that we do, or we have to turn it in anyway by the end of the semester for your grade. So that could be something that we could possibly do. Now, okay, that's cool. That's cool, Corey. That's good. That's good. It's just good to have one in the first place, but that's good. I'm glad that you're doing that. But the thing is, it's just something that you say, okay, we're still doing something because we have to do something. You guys know officially today is when we started school, basically. There's another call for you. But officially, we started school today, of course. So we're today, and it's gonna move. Things are gonna be a little slow. It's gonna be a really slow. In other words, we are basically are trying to take this week by week, day by day, and like I'm not gonna post an assignment and say do this tomorrow. No, and have it done by the next day. Any assignments that we do is probably going to be, it's going to take some time. In other words, I don't know, maybe a week to complete it. Something on musictheory.net, because it's all about being flexible and understanding that the entire world is under duress. In other words, this is not just a physical thing. This is a mental duress as well. Okay. Even though you may not have had a loved one to be touched by or dealt with this particular virus, somebody has. So, and I don't want to create any type of extra discomfort or stress on top of what you are already dealing with. But we don't want people to take advantage of the situation, which would be, I mean, that's just straight up like, bottom feeders right there. It's like, oh, I don't, so we don't want that to happen too, but we also want to be flexible enough where we understand that we all going through it. So, so if I do post something, I'm going to put it on D12. I notify, say, okay, of course, you got to have your notifications up and going and check it on a daily basis. And basically say, hey, this is an assignment. Okay, you have this many days to complete it. Upload it into the Dropbox. We can try that. Now, if it doesn't work, I'll try something else. But for the time being, we can do that, and then I give you instructions of what I'm looking for to validate what you've done. In other words, I'm thinking like a screenshot or something like that. Especially now, if you have an iPhone, and I should have brought my, I don't have my iPad with me, but there are two apps that you can download, but they're not free, but they're made from Music Theory. These are the same apps that you find on the website. I'm going to type it in for you guys. You can go to App Store and download them from here. The lesson app is called, I think it's called Theory. For just a second, bear with me for a second. One of my nephews about to get me my iPad, or my son. My iPad, get in the kitchen. Thank you. So bear with me, guys. And then I'll type the name of the app in. Oh, that's a great question. um, do you guys want me to set up? No, you're not gonna see him. He's very comfortable right now. They're both, all the kids are pretty comfortable. Um, Question is, will I always go do a YouTube live every time I want to address all of you all, or you or am I gonna email you? Here's a question for you guys to answer that question. Would you guys want me to do more of a live thing where we say, okay, let's do this. Now we don't have to do this every week, but what we can possibly do is I can say, okay, I'm gonna be on YouTube Live again, and then we can try to meet during that time. Now we can also do a WebEx. So that way, if you got a smartphone, you should be able to tune in, and I can do a WebEx invite, and that way I can see you, and possibly you can talk to me in person. I can hear you too as well. Are you guys cool doing something like that? And type in your response. Okay. So Janet's saying she'll rather do YouTube Live. And I have no problem with that. One of the reasons why I chose YouTube Live because I figure everybody watch YouTube or everybody have it comes with all of us. I feel like WebEx YouTube will be easier because you won't have to answer the same question 50,000. Thank you, Corey. That's a pet peeve. I hate answering the same questions a million times. Uh, YouTube is great. Okay. And everybody has it. Okay. So I tell you what we'll do. Sorry. That's the piano. But whenever I will set up another session, and the problem is I would probably just go on. I'll go on. I'll do it on D12. I'll say, hey, go on you. I'll do what I did this time. I'm gonna be live or whatever, and I'll be on YouTube Live. Try to meet me there around that time or whatever. If you can, you can. If you can't, and then you could just say, okay, excuse me, email me to see what we talked about, and we can do it that way. If you miss it, so that way you stay abreast of what's going on. Um, I the frequency of assignments is going to be different from what we if we was meeting like we normally would meet, where you guys have to learn pages of music, on a weekly basis. It's not gonna be as frequent as that because, like I said, we're kind of limited, and everybody got a lot of stuff going on, especially with this whole Corona thing. But if you got questions about it, then I'll set up a YouTube. I do another YouTube live session, probably maybe the next week. What day is Mondays fine with everyone? Because if Monday is fine with everybody, um, we can do like a Monday. I think I got a class that wants to do something like a Monday around 1 o'clock, so that's going to be out. But we can do maybe like a Monday, like around 2, Monday at 2. Yes, well, yeah, Monday at 2. Is that's cool, Corey? And everybody else, not just Corey, but everybody else that's in me. Oh, you got another class at 2. Okay. Um, what about a what about um what about 3? Is 3 better? Because I figured Monday we can just go ahead and get it out of the way. That's what the other class was saying. We can do Tuesday. We can do it 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Now this is provided if we need to set up something. I'll try to remember that. Um, I'll try to remember, and we'll vote on it. So the people that are in favor of 3 o'clock on Mondays, I hear you. We'll go by majority. And then if you can't do it, then we'll just, I like I said, send me an email or whatever, because I'll notify everybody on D12 whenever I'm going to go live again. I probably may say that 3 o'clock on a Monday, next Monday, I may just do it just to say, hey, how's everybody doing? I'm sorry I didn't ask that question this time. I talked to TJ. We were just talking about stuff. Hopefully, but just to see how you guys are doing, and then if I do post an assignment between now and that time, then I can touch bases with everybody and say, okay, how are we doing? Because the thing is, guys, it's so easy to get lost in the crowd or lost in all of this craziness because of the fact of, and it's not just me saying I'm a professor and I'm talking about students. I'm talking about all of us to get so caught up in everything else that we're dealing with to the point where it's like, you're like, oh, I do have a class, I'm still in college, So I want to make sure that we have some type of routine, um, or something, to just, to keep things as normal as possible. So let's say next Monday, and what I need to do is I'm gonna grab my phone, and we will say we settle upon Monday, 3 o'clock. May not be, it won't be as, probably won't even be as long as this. I don't know. But just Monday at 3 o'clock, we'll do another YouTube live session, and then we can talk or whatever. Make sure everybody's doing well. Um, and this is for both of the piano classes. Okay, so let me see. Meet. Okay, bear with me 1 second, because if I don't put in my phone, I'm not gonna remember it. Okay, 3 o'clock Monday. That's April the 6th. Okay, so 3 o'clock, April the 6th. I think what I want to do, Corey, is she asked a good question. Will it be every week or only when you need to speak to us? I'm gonna just side with only when I need to speak to you guys, but I think right now I want to meet with you again next week because this is new. This is, to be honest, this is all an experiment for everybody. So I want to make sure that everybody's, doing well. Your week is doing well and all of that, and not just from a school standpoint, but just everything else. Everybody's doing well. So for right now, we'll meet next week, and then we probably, if we need to meet again, we'll do it again. If this turns into a weekly type of thing, which that may be helpful for some people. That routine, that scheduled meeting may be helpful for it, but I also understand that it could possibly be a little difficult, especially now that a lot of us, I would assume all of us are home. It may be a challenge. So because I'm still trying to get my head around this new routine, and personally, I've segued into some other areas of work too, because I'm not performing as much, but I'm doing some recording and doing some other stuff. But the thing is, this is the main thing. I haven't lost that. Hey, I'm a professor. That's what I do. That's my main job. But for right now, we'll just meet next Monday, and if we need to meet after that, then we'll do another one. So only when I need you, need to speak to you guys for now. But yeah, I will see you guys next Monday. And I'm gonna next Monday at 3, just make sure. And I will type that into the chat so everybody have it in writing. But what I'm gonna do is share with you guys. Uh, no, you can't say hi to the people. Okay, that's it. Now I got family. My son is not shy at all. um, which maybe some other time you guys may see him. Okay. Another question. If we Corey asked, if we miss a live, are you going to have a makeup later the same week? I don't know. It depends on what's been said. What I may do is just basically just ask you guys, if you know there's a live coming up, send me an email and say, hey, what did I miss? And then I can probably just tell you in the email or whatever. This is what we talked about. Um, I don't anticipate having to do a lot of that, like on a where it's that much. It'll be more of a you guys got any questions or any issues with the assignment or whatever. That probably going to be the thing, and just also just to keep abreast of what's going on with you guys and stuff like that. It's really that main thing, and I think it's good for morale as well. Um, of course, I know you guys are busy, so I'm not. It's not going to be long. I'm not trying to, treat it like a let's have class. This is just basically more informal than ever, than us meeting. Now, I'm going to show you guys what I have, and you probably can't even see it because the quality is bad. But there's there's a two apps that you can download if you have an iPhone or if you have an iPad too. One of them, and it's from the same people that has that created musictheory.net, the website. But the app is for music theory lessons. It's called Theory. Let me get that right. And then the assignment assignments would be on. It's the same people. Would be Tanutu, but you guys know what Tanutu means, right? And of course, whenever I set up an assignment, I have it available for you guys. I'll send a reminder. All right, this can be, you can do this on the app if you want to do it on the app instead of in the browser. Um, but the website is Music Theory. Some of us know about it because I used it before in the past. It's musictheory.net. Um, So I do have you guys down for next Monday at 3. I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna have an assignment. I'm gonna look and see if I can set up the assignment with and I'll give you instructions. I'll work on that this week about what I can find, and then I'll have it, and then we can touch bases about it Monday or next Monday at 3 o'clock. Just to to make sure everybody's good. That's a great question. So the question is, how am I taking attendance? As far as attendance, I think the one of the ways it's going to be by the work that you do, which is more important. In other words, it just says that because I think, and this is not just for this particular class, but there are some of the other classes I teach. There are some people that I haven't been able to get in contact with because they don't have internet. They don't have internet, so it's really unfair for me to say, oh well, you wasn't online when I asked you to be online. I'm going to give you, you fell it. Now they do have an obligation to reach out to me or try to find a way to reach out to me, but because they don't have internet, I don't feel right trying to take a attendance like that where let's do a chat. You know what I mean? Now this could be an easy way to do it, to take attendance, but the thing is, there's so many variables when it comes to even just getting you guys here at this particular time. What is going on in your own personal lives or whatever. So the I guess the short answer is I don't have a regular attendance. I think the way I'm gonna just say, okay, are you doing the assignment? Like if I say, okay, do 20 exercises or 20 problems of scale what I was gonna say, like scale identification or chord identification, then that's how we're gonna do it. Because what's important is that you're doing the assignment. So hopefully that helps to answer your questions. Any more questions? Okay. So if there are not any more questions, I'm gonna dismiss everyone. And if you come up with some more questions, just look, just reach out to me on D12. Now, if D12, oh, that was your last one. Thank you, Corey. Just reach out to me on D12, or if some of the students were saying that they couldn't email me for some reason on D12 or whatever, just reach out to me on Savannah State email with your Savannah State email too. Okay, so I'll see you guys next week, next Monday at 3 o'clock. So, as they say, that's all, folks. Peace.